welcoming you back to check this out. The show we take a look at, our deck we're going to take a look at. Have ourselves a good time with it. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at a deck we've looked at in the past, but it's had some new support to it, so we're going to take a look at that. We're taking a look at the Forbidden One Exodia deck. Not your classical draw out your whole deck in one turn Exodia, mind you. This is the tried and true beatdown sort of method of Exodia. We're trying to summon out this big old fusion boy and give him a huge stack of attack and run people over with it. So that's what today's game is going to be. Trying to go first in order to go second, setting up ourselves a nice little board, and then running over our opponent's faces with the darn thing. And that's what we're going to do. We also have the new Blue Eyes card, which is very, very interesting in this deck. It's not only is it a very nice searching option, it's also essentially a kaiju in this deck. So, very interesting card. So, we're going to go into today's episode. We're going to go into EDO Pro, that Wild West Yu-Gi-Oh! Show off this deck, show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, and have ourselves a good time with it. So, if y'all want the whole deck list, it's at the end of the episode, but for now, let's head on into the action and show off what this baby can do. Alright, everybody, time for our first opponent. Another day, another card game, and like I said, we're going first to go second with today's deck. We like to set things up and go into it. Let's see what we have for an opening hand. It's decent. Decent. It gets us started anyway. It gets us started. We're going to do it this trying to wage you. Very nice little search 'em up card. Let's just put a monster on my hand on zone, which we will do with our caveman here. And we're going to set up the shield. The shield you want to get early. It's a nice shield. We want some defense. But more importantly, he's our searcher. He gets the Ankh. I know the Blue Eyes gets us to the Ankh, but right now we don't have the Blue Eyes. I can get the Blue Eyes, and I'm going to get the Blue Eyes. But I'd like to get the Ankh now, because how these guys work is that you reveal this Millennium Ankh in the hand, you can summon it from the spell trap, or you pay 2,000. I prefer to reveal the Ankh, though, because it's, less taxing on my life points. Funnily enough, this deck does like having its life points. That's why we have things like Dog Food. So now we've got our Millennium Boy. Let's go ahead and grab the Blue Eyes of the Heart. This is our new kaiju monster, like I said. Basically what this thing works is, you can discard this to add an Ankh from your deck to your hand, and then if your opponent summons a monster that's really big, and this guy's in the grave, and you've played the Ankh, well, then you get to blow stuff up. Pretty nice. Let's see here. That's pretty much it for now in terms of, summoning out big monsters. But we'll put the reflection in the spell trap zone. That's going to be a good start there. I'm sure. What was that noise? What was that noise? Okay, yeah, I can hear something. I don't think y'all can hear it. Doesn't matter. Let's activate the Ankh. We'll just activate the Ankh and let's get our big fusion boy. All I need to do is prove I have the Exodia pieces. It's very nice. Now, if we had any other monsters, I would lose them. I can't summon anybody else this turn, which is a little unfortunate, but that's a thing. Well, let's go ahead and set a couple cards. And let's see. What was the FC? Yeah, if my opponent activates a card, we're going to immediately summon Fiend Reflection. Very important because we do have the silhouette hat right now. And that ought to do it for now. We'll end our turn. Every end phase, my opponent's included. My Exodia here lets me set a spell trap that mentions Exodia. That's right, so I got Exodia Blaze, which is part of our OTK engine here. As well, we already have our Exodia Flame, which is just massive field nuke. Very nasty card. Most people play it at 3. I think a 2 is plenty because, come on, man. If I'm going to rely on having 3 field nukes, that just means I'm having a lot more trouble than this guy's going to be worth. Regardless, let's see, what is this guy going to do? Like I said, minute he plays something, like that. That'll negate, though, because I do have a spell trap in the gap. I don't want to use my spell trap Nagat on this, but I kind of have to. I kind of sort of have to try to stop that. Unless he's got, Droplet. You whore. Alright. What did he actually say he was blowing up? All my attack position monsters, you say. Okay. I guess there's no point in doing anything. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? That uses up 2 of his cards, so that's actually not bad. I mean, yeah, we lose Exodia, which is a little annoying, but let's go ahead and bring out our Millennium Reflection boy. That's right, and I'm going to gain some life points thanks to this. That'll at least slow us opponent down. We'll slow him up. Let's go ahead and gain some attack equal to this big old golem boy. Some very nice 73, 75 life points. You gotta love it when you gain like odd numbers of life points. It's just very silly. Super Poly. That's annoying as hell. Using what exactly? What exactly are you fusing? So long as it's not who I want you to not fuse. Yeah, okay. That's okay. I really just care about this dude. He can't even be beaten in battle, so it doesn't even matter what this guy summons. Mud Dragon. This guy's deck is like the most generic thing in the world. It's just Spell Trap blowing up, Super Poly to clear boards, Droplet to negate things. Let's see, although the Mud Dragon is a little annoying, but if he plays a Spell Trap, I can still negate that. What? Giraffe? Yeah, because I can't target his monster. Plus, if he attacks me with this thing, I can't do nothing now. Great. That's not necessarily good. Now, the question is, can he OTK with that? Because Watts are all about OTK, and that's kind of their shtick. And, Lord, I would love to do this. But, like I said, because of Mud Dragon, I can't target Giraffe to negate it. Which is what I would like to do, but I can't do that. I just say. But yeah, let's see. What Giraffe gets the Tuna? The Tuna can do the Synchro play. I don't think he can OTK me. I'm pretty sure he can. He doesn't have enough Watts on the board. Too much generic get him rid of stuff cards. Too much of that nonsense getting in your way. Now, our deck, we don't have a lot of that get rid of everything stuff. No, we only need to have our Exodia bits. They all flow into one another and they complement each other. I don't need lightning storms or super polys or sticky doo-doos or any of that nonsensical generic junk. No sir. Alright, so yeah, Watt Tuna, then this is going to synchro into the Yuki guy. And then when that battles, he can synchro again. And I'm going to guess, what would he synchro into after that? The one good thing about Yuki synchroing into somebody else is that the other Watt synchros kind of blow. They're not that good. I think, oh wait, no, doesn't one of them rip the hand? I can't remember. It might be. If it does, that's not good. That's not as good if that's what that does. I could be wrong, I could be right. I know one of them can excavate cards, like, bans your stuff and gets him in 2 turns. I forget which you would know. Yeah, the new lots are cool. Let's see. Choose a card from... Yeah, this is the one that removes the card from play. Okay, that's good. That's actually what I want him to get. What? Hydra. You gotta respect the man who will actually try to smack you with a Watt Hydra. This card is jank. It's essentially like Gold Sarcophagus, but in monster form is what this thing is. It's effectively what it is. Alright, you have your Watt Hydra. That's cool and all. What are you gonna start typing or something? Thunder Dragon Titty Monster. Okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that guy, even if I didn't draw into Millennium Hunk. Alright, because it stops me from just searching. That's totally fine. Let us... What attribute is this thing? I could change your attribute. I think I'm good. Let's activate the Millennium Cross again. Ha! Oh, buddy. You're gonna regret having this Mud Dragon on your board in a minute. I'm gonna smack you really, really, really hard. In the face! What we do. We got our Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. Oh, actually, will I have enough of what? Will I have enough to beat over this? Because... I think... we might be running it close in that respect. Let me think about this. Because this will become equal to my life as 2275. Ball to it. Exodo Blaze! Let's go. I'm just gonna go for it. Whole hogging, going for it. That's the plan. Basically what this is gonna do, I can just get rid of all my spell traps, equip Exodia pieces onto Exodia here. He's gonna get 2,000 attack for each of them. And then, when I enter the battle phase, he's gonna gain half of my life points anyway. So, was good. Yeah, that's not gonna allow me to one-shot him, but it's gonna be... Well, actually, is it? Actually, I think that is still an OTK. I could be wrong. My math is not the best. I don't really need to do math. Math is for nerds. I have 1138 life points. Dynamorpheus, eat your heart out. What do you gotta do there, boy? Oh, this doesn't help you. It doesn't help. I kind of wish I could choose the order of those. That would be way better. Let's see. 9, 8. Derpy derp. I'm pretty sure this is goodbye. You're dead. Yep, 10,000. Plus he's gonna gain 1138. Unless he can tag this out somehow that I'm completely ignoring, I should be A-okay. Yeah. 9238 damage, baby! That's how it goes. Alrighty, well, that's exactly what we want this deck to do. That's the whole premise of it. Go into Exodia, have really weird attack points somehow, and just do a whole lot of damage. And you know what? We had the Blue Eyes set up. We didn't need the darn thing. Sadly, this guy's a little too small for Blue Eyes to affect. But if my opponent had gone into like Double A Zeus or something, we would have been fully prepared for it. So let's go ahead for duel number 2. Show off more what this deck do. It's a lot of going to be Exodia here, but let's see what other people we can face off against. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go. Do it again. Give him a little 1-2. And knock this guy flat. Alright, well, he gets to go second, which is not ideal, but I think it works somehow. I've got the golem. I've got this Exodia. I've got called. Okay, we'll see where this goes. We're up against Dragunity, which fairly competent bunch of Dragunity. We'll have some nice stuff right up there. Okay. Who is the boss? That's Aldebaran, right? Right? That's more or less, but that's the guy. He's the boss monster. He negates monsters. Not ideal. Really depends on what sort of build of Dragunity this is that'll determine how crazy this. Oh man, there's a baby. Man summoned a baby. That's not a good sign, because usually when people start playing with babies, that means they mean business. Alright. Going into Pistol Wang. Highly unoriginal, but okay. Oh, Blue Eyes. I've heard of the new Blue Eyes stuff, and it is absolutely kind of broken. Because you got searchers that search the searchers that search more things. Consistency is nice and all, but does Blue Eyes... Well, I guess Blue Eyes is not the best deck in the world, so they kind of need it, but at the same time, there were other decks that probably could have used it too. What does this do? Reveal a Blue Eyes in the hand, summon a monster from the hand. Hurt a monster, blah, 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 blah. Summon forth the Sage of EYEZ Blue. Alright. I mean, the annoying bit of this, other than the effect value, he's just trying to stop all my monsters, and like a lot of my stuff is monsters. Now, a lot of decks are like that, and monster effects are heavy in them. I don't appreciate that my opponent is trying to lock me out of all the monsters. And I have Exodia Flame, which just lets me just nuke my opponent's everything, so that's a good thing. But I need to still get Millennium Ankh, like, set up. Otherwise, I will get nothing. Alright, there's Spitwad Dragon. Cool. Maiden is still there. Luckily, this thing's protection is kinda... It doesn't work with Exodia Flame, so that's a good thing. What does this do? Again, this just lets him summon a Blue Eyes from the hand. Target a monster you control turn into the hand. Apply an effect based on what the balls it was. Okay. Okay, so this card isn't as bad for the moment. We'll see where it goes here. Let's see. He doesn't have a Blue Eyes in the hand. He has the Effect Veiler in the hand. Got the Spirit Dragon. If he's playing Azure Eyes, that's a problem, because that can protect his monsters from being nuked. But that's what we have Called by the Grave for, so we'll see where this goes. Alright, let's go ahead and start by activating a Millennium Feed Reflection. Let's see how jumpy this dude. We'll see, because he has that monster effect negation for wherever I play a monster effect. He knows it, I knows it. We'll see where it goes. Alright, he will not do anything about that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Get the prayers of the blue peeps. Alright. Activate a Millennium Maiden. Get our maidens on the board. One good thing, unless he plays like the fusion, I don't think he can out these because they can't be beaten in battle. So unless he's playing like, I don't know, other things, let's activate. Let's activate the golem because that one he's more likely to do something about. Because you know this is the thing that searches out searchers, so he might be afraid of this one. Then again, yeah, very good. That's what I wanted to see right there. Stopped my golem. Well, I like golem, and he is going to tag that out. And I am going to freaking get rid of it. Foolish fool. I've activated both of these. So I'm just going to summon them both. Summon out the moon maiden. Now he can't target my high-level monsters with card effects for a turn. Not like balls to have any, but more importantly, I have a little bit of defense right now, and I'm gaining some life points. Very cool. So let's activate our Millennium Shield. Let's see, I've got 10,000. It's not gonna be. What is the other effect of this thing? It's like if it battles. Level 5 higher monster, damage calculator. Yeah, I can't beat over that, sadly. I really, really want to, but that's not how that works. Alright, we'll summon out Shield. My opponent cannot use Effect Veiler on this, by the way. That's very nice indeed. And we shall play it the Anketh. The Ankh is played, sir. The die is cast. I have Exodia, you do not. He still has Effect Veiler. He might use the darn thing. Well, isn't Effect Veiler only in the main phase? I could be mistaken. Yeah, it's only during the main phase. So if I end my turn here, he'll either play it. Yeah, he has to play it right there. There you go. He hit the shield. Okay. Interesting choice. Let's use Exodia Incarnate. Get Flamey. And then as soon as this guy's turn starts, probably just nuke his board. I would say this is a good idea. Go away, board. Get out of here. No board for you. And that'll activate, and... what does this do again when it's destroyed? Nope. I have a spell trap negate. I don't need to use it on that. So, that's... I mean, I don't remember all the new Blue Eye stuff. Maybe he can recover from that. Maybe he can't. I don't bloody know. I don't really bloody care. I've got Exodia on the board, and I can make him huge. Now, the one bad thing about Exodia Blaze, you do need to have other spell traps on the board to use it. But that's exactly what we're about to get. So very nice. That'll be a win there for us. I never doubted it for a second. The new Blue Eye stuff, pretty nasty. It shouldn't be a problem here. Let's see, what was this gonna do again? Let's see, added a forbidden. Yeah, the thing about the Exodia spell traps, they actually have a side bit about, you know, actually allowing you to search at Exodia and stuff, which I could do. I just don't need to. I'm gonna activate Exodia Blaze though. Target my Exodia Incarnate. Activate his effect. Pay half the life points. That's all the Exodia on the board. For shits and giggles, I will... oh. I was gonna summon the hair, damn it! I wanted to summon the top hat hair. It would have been funny. And it does have synergy here, because we have a lot of these illusion monsters in the deck, so... well, we have these two, basically, so it's a nice little thing. So regardless, that's what happens when you try to take a dragon to Exodia's fist. That's why the dragons went extinct, people. It's because they ran to Exodia's big old honkin' fist. Alrighty, well that's very good for duel number 2. We got time for one more today. We're trying to shorten these videos just a smidge. Just a smidge. So, let's go for duel numero 3 and see if we can one-shot somebody. Alright everybody, the third opponent is a fight in third. Very appropriate fight in third. Let's go all in. Here we go. I don't get to pick again. That sucks. Like I said, first to go second is the name of this deck. You know, that's what I like to do. A little setup, and then I start beating into people. That's all I need to do. So, we'll see. I mean, my opponent's Oh, he's doing something. Did the game crash? Hopefully the game won't crash. This version of EDM Pro Memphis has is like glitchy as hell for some reason. Alright, what do we have for a hand? It's a start. It's not a pretty start, but we got the blue eyes. Appropriately, we're up against blue eyes. It would have been nice to have got. I definitely would have wanted to go first against this, because then I would have had a kaiju for all the blue eyes nonsense. That blue eyes balls. I feel like everyone's gonna be playing nothing but blue eyes for the next like 2. At least until the next ban list, which is apparently not until August now, which sucks. So yeah, pretty much it's just gonna be blue eyes, and actually considering they're brand new, they're not gonna get hit at all. So it's gonna be blue eyes for the next couple months. Konami, you silly people, keep supporting all the popular decks. Now, one good thing, he already got the prayers, so he's probably not going to search another one. Or he can't play another one, I don't think. What are you going to get? The unstoppable creature of ultimate destructiveness. Okay. Alright. That's a thing. Some of the blue eyes from the deck. Let's see. You can't play something from the next deck except for dragons, of course. Not that it matters, because, like, what kind of restriction is that? Like, it's like... What's the word for it? It's a mandatory thing. You have to have some sort of restriction. So, yeah, limit him to only dragons. But just give him so many texts for dragons, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter too much. Alright. I've seen this bit. He's going to equip a Blue Eyes. Funnily enough, the original Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I thought it was going to go real, but I guess that works too. Got Tyrannical Dragon. He's unaffected by traps, which is funny. So he's just gonna go Spirit Dragon anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. That's too terribly much. Can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effect, blah 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 blah. Doesn't matter to me too much. Alright, we got the stuff. Let us... Oh no, I can't use Eyes of the Heart! I drew both my Ankhs! No! That's like the worst possible thing. Hold on. No, I can still do it. Hold on one second. I'm gonna activate Millennium Cross, Millennium Ankh, whatever you want to call the darn thing. I mean, it's an Ankh. But Konami wants me to think this is a cross. Alright, Spirit Dragon going into whom? The new guy, Ultimate Dragon. This is like an Omni negation, which I think is stupid. Why does Blue Eyes need an Omni negation? They're a deck based around battling and beating things over. That's the whole concept of this deck, Smooth meat. Let's see. Card effect activated on the field. Negate the activation. This card gets 1,000 attack. Yeah, that's a really annoying thing. He just gets every turn, he can get an Omni negation. My turn, his turn, there's... I know, I think this gets destroyed, right? Yeah, during the end phase, it gets destroyed. So... I'll just end my turn, I think. I will not use Exodia's effect. This will go away. He's trying to bait me out, but I'm not doing it. Unless he can use the ultimate creature destruction on this thing to protect it from being destroyed. In which case, he would just stay around forever. Which could be the case. I don't bloody know, maybe. That would be a really, really, really annoying thing if that's how that worked. But I feel like if that was the case, he would have done it by now. Alright, summoning out another Blue Pape's Whitey Dragon. Then the Maiden. The Maiden. It's like Dark Souls all over again. Freaking Maiden of Eyes of Blue. Okay. Also the Dragon is Donkey. Though of course he does something too when he's destroyed. Summons back like Spirit Dragon or something. Or Tyrannical Boy. That also is not as good. Alright. What about Treasure Effect? So this guy's actually immune to Ultimate Creature as well. Huh. Okay. That's good. That's a good thing. I mean, yeah, I can't Exodo Flame this dude. But I get other stuff. So let's go ahead and use... Now that it's the end phase, I might as well do this. Let's go ahead and use the Exodia Incarnate's effect. Let's get ourselves Exodo Blaze. And And then much like the last Blue Eyes guy I had to fight up against, I'm just gonna nuke this guy's board. And yeah, he can protect some of his board, but he can't protect all of his board. So it's really gonna depend on like what this guy's got. Alright, as soon as his turn starts, go away, board. Get out of here. Get out of here with all that stuff. Now, again, this won't work on the Tyrant Dragon, and he's probably going, unless he has something else I'm unaware of. He is going to protect the Blue Eyes on the board. We'll see where this goes. Yeah, setting another spell trap. Yeah. Set something else so it can get destroyed. Alright, and that'll protect the Blue Eyes, and I could stop that, but I think I'll allow it. And my reasoning is this feels like bait. Yeah, there we go. Negate the effects of all face-up monster Pokemon controls. Yep, that was the thing he wanted me to. No. Good effort. Good effort. You almost had me, but no. Memphis is a little too smart for that. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, go ahead and get your other prayers that will be destroyed. Too vital, then activate. And let's go ahead and use our moon. Why the heck not? I don't see a reason why not to summon this and gain a good chunk of life points. Plus, yeah, his monsters would normally get destroyed by that trap, but they don't get that. This guy's immune to it anyway, so... yeah. That'll work. I mean, he can battle into me all he wants. He can't destroy my reflection. He is immune to such things. I think the real reason he did that, though, is to get a trap back, because I just realized this thing has that effect. It's such a weirdly specific thing. A monster that's immune to traps recovers traps. That's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's better than him recovering spells. Alright? Yeah, go ahead. Keep beating your head against the reflection. That'll help. Trust me. Oh. Maybe it did help. Oh, this is the part where it's really good that I haven't spared this. Got Jet Dragon, and I can just bounce my Exodia. I think, yeah. Out here stunting. Stunting. I mean, alright, well, you got rid of Exodia. I'll give you that much. Why did Exodia heart? The later hard monster does more time. This card's in the graveyard. But why did Blue Eyes not work? I activated the thing. I must have been locked into something or something. Alright, well, regardless of that, let me think about this. I think I can still win this. Pretty sure. Yeah, because he'll get the True Light. That'll get him a Spell Trap. I could use Exodo Flame, which I don't need to do. But I'm not sure why the Blue Eyes didn't activate. Possession, this card can switch. Opponent summons a level hitter or monster. Those cards in the grave. I have one of these in the grave. Send that monster to the grave, summon this card. You can only use this effect once during a duel you activate Millennium Monk. And I used Millennium Monk. I think that's just EDO Pro being weird. I should have been able to tribute this thing. Alright. Well, it is time to do things. Let's double down and activate the prescription spell. I'm gonna go ahead and call Ass Blossom, just in case this guy tries to ash my Ankh. I'd rather him not do that if I can help it. Let's go ahead and summon out Exodia again. He's back! He is back. Let's see, let's set our other Ankh, because we have to set the other Ankh. Let's not do that. Let's activate Exodia Blaze. That ought to close it out. I mean, yeah. Exodia Blaze. I'm not sure what this was trying to do. It tried to do something. Alright, doesn't matter. Let's go into the battle phase and let's run over his Blue Eyes. Unless he's playing mother flippin' honest, that is gonna be game right there. So, very nice. Like I said, Exodia is all about that beatdown. Very cool. So, you got an idea what this deck does. It's a very simple thing, but it's very effective. Let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, my lads and lads, there you go, the Exodia deck. Even after all this time, it still works very well. Nothing too much has changed about them, but, you know, they're a little more consistent. And once EDOPO decides to stop screwing around, they will have a very nice kaiju. I still don't know why this didn't work. It should have worked, but it chose not to do it. I don't bloody know what to tell you. But regardless, the deck works very well. It's very consistent, very precise, just a nice big old punch. It does have a weakness to being affected by like monster effect negation heavy stuff. But once you get around that, things work out good for you. And we were able to do that in 3 very beautiful duels, some nice opponents. We're going to be seeing a lot of blue eyes on this channel in the next couple weeks, whether we like it or not, because that's all anyone wants to play, apparently. It's just lots of blue eyes. But shout out to the Watts guy for doing something different. So, here's the deck list for all of y'all who are curious about this deck. Give it a shot. I guarantee it. You'll love it, and you'll just enjoy the heck out of it. It's a very cool, fun deck. Let's show off most of what it does. A couple little things we didn't, but for the most part, the extra decks are like, it's literally an extra thing. Main deck is where it's at. So here's the deck. We got 1 of each piece of Exodia because you need them for the Ankh. We got 3 copies of the new Blue Eyes of the Heart because it searches outer Ankh, which is our most important spell. And it's also a kaiju in the grave when it decides to work. 3 copies of the Caveman that awoke after a millennium, or as we like to call him, Sengenjin 2 Electric Boogaloo. As this guy, you know, he searches out millennium monsters when he is set in spell trap zone and summoned out to the board. We have the 3 of Golem, which is just Millennium Golem but retrained. He searches out our field spell. Then we have the Shield of the Millennium, which is just Millennium Shield, which also searches out the Ankh. We have a lot of searches for Ankh because it's that important. 1 copy each of Millennium Moon Maiden and Millennium Fiend Reflection. This is a nice little monster that you can summon out on your opponent's turn when they activate stuff. This will gain you life points. This will protect your high-level monsters from being targeted by stuff. So, that's a very nice thing. We got 2 copies of the Bold Chummy Perulia, which is good, kind of hand trap. It's like Max C, which can also be subbed out for the new Furos, which is essentially the same, but changes the target of where things are summoned from. 2 copies of the Ghost Sister Spooky Dogwood. We like to have life points in this deck, and you know, this is a very good card to have. Your opponent's spamming out things. You can even just play 3 of this thing, but I wanted to try the Molcharmies as well, so whatever ratios you want, these are definitely hand traps that work very well in this deck. 2 copies of the Millennium Ankh. You might think, Memphis, you need 3 of this thing because that's super important. Well, we have enough searcher for the dang thing. I find that 2 is plenty. You have 3 copies of Sales Ban or Prescription. I call it Prescription. It's called Sales Ban now. Basically, if you know what your opponent's up to, you're worried about certain things like Ash or Effect Veiler or Nibiru or Evenly. Well, I don't think it works on Evenly Match. Yeah, it doesn't work on. Well, it does on your turn. It does. So things of that nature, this can stop it for a turn. This is very nice. It does stop you for the whole duel of using those cards. So just don't play those cards and you'll be fine. 1 copy Terraforming because we do have a nice field spell we like to use. 2 Exodo Blaze, which is a nice little spell for making our Exodia fusion just huge. Absolutely, massively huge. Plus it gets piercing damage. I didn't even mention that. It didn't come up, but it gives us piercing damage. 1 Columbine, because we don't like it to Ash. That's another reason for Sales Ban, but yeah, just having 4 copies, essentially, of this. 3 copies of the Shrine of Weiju, which can set a monster from your hand to the spell trap and 1 from your deck to the spell trap zone. Really helps to free up your boards and your decks and get all the things on the board that you want to have there. 2 copies of Raging Hellfire Exodo Flame to nuke your opponent's board. You can also search out Exodia pieces, which is 1 copy of Silhouette Hat. There's a nice little trap monster that can negate things that below the number of illusion monsters you control. You have a few of those, and as a side option, we do have the Top Hat Hair, so if hands get weird, this is a nice plan B. Lastly, we have the Break the Seal Trap, which kind of works with this deck. It's more for searching out forbidden ones. It's better for an actual Exodia deck, especially if you're stalling your opponent. But this is just something I was asked to take a look at, so that's what we're taking a look at it in this deck for. It's something to use if you actually have to use the Exodia win condition, so that's something as well. Plus, if it gets destroyed, you have to have Exodia pieces in your hand. You can bounce cards of your opponents back to their hand, equal the number of Exodia pieces you have, so it gives you a little bit of synergy there, a little bit of an alternate little strategy. Now, as with the extra deck, most of this extra deck is like left over from before, and it doesn't really matter too much. The most important thing is you want 3 copies of the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. I know we only have 2 onks, but you still want to have 3 of this, just in case. Stuff, just in case. You just want 3 of this thing. There's no reason not to run 3 of this thing. Just your main monster. He just makes himself massively huge, beats over everything, and has a spell trap negate. As for the rest of the extra deck, most of it's just like generic things. Like there's a Typhon in case you need a Typhon. You have a couple rank 8 monsters because we have some rank 8s in here with like Singenjin as well as the Blue Eyes of the Heart. You have things like Blackluster Soldier because again we have some high level monsters we need to make that. Some Nightmares, we have Ossic, which have a lot of Earth monsters. We have SP Little Knife or generic, like I said, generic stuff. More importantly, we have Top Hat Hair. We can set our silhouette hat from the deck. Just have a little bit of, interrupt my opponent with a trap monster that will negate stuff. So that's what he's in here for. Masquerena, Gravity Controller. Like I said, pretty generic stuff. We're very much more of the main deck than the extra deck. So don't worry about the extra deck as much. The main deck's where it's at. Now, as for the side deck, not as much to say. Like I said, there's Boros if you want the other Melcharming. There's another Exodia flame if you want the darn thing. There's another spell called Grief Tablet, which can search out your field spell. And because you already have 4 copies, essentially, of the field spell, plus 3 other searchers, that's 7. That's, like, too much, so... this card, it's a nice... Oh, pardon me. It's a nice little thing to interrupt the opponent. Like, whipping into an opponent's monster. It can't be attacking or attributing. Its effects are negated, all that stuff, but in an era of fusions and links and stuff of that nature, this card is not as good unless your opponent has like less than 500 life points, so that's the thing. So that's the deck, everybody. Hope you very much enjoyed it. Now we have a whole list I've dropped on the floor. If I can get the darn thing. There we go. We have a whole list of decks we gotta start building on this channel. We got like freaking Constellar Teller Knights, Voiceless, we got White Forest, Ryziel, we got the Exodia, Goblin Bikers, a whole bunch of stuff coming down the channel. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with this channel. We're on the high road to 1,000 subs. Coming one day, and we're every day a step forward to it. So thanks for watching. Your boy Memphis Alter signing out. See you guys again soon. We're Master Duel streaming tomorrow, so don't forget that one. No, not tomorrow. It's the day. Friday. Friday is the day for the stream. I'll catch you there. We're going to be playing some tunes, playing the EYEZ Festival. Have a good time. So, see you there. Alter out. Take care. Peace.